What's up, everybody? Steve Jackson here today, and I'm here to talk about the trilogy of releases from the rapper The Game. Now, this decade has had its fair share of whack-ass gangster rappers, such as Plies or Rick Ross. Basically fucking actors. No diss to the state of Florida, though. Anyway, it's really refreshing back a few years ago when I first heard of The Game to hear that there was a rapper coming out that was actually believable, a real fucking West Coast gangsta. Anyway, let's start off. His first album was called The Documentary. Came out, he signed up with G-Unot, which, you know, is questionable. But anyway, I'll show you a little video of it. Anyway, first album, The Documentary, came out with the G-Unot and everything. Check it out, he's sitting on those gold dating rims, it's pretty nice. Anyway, it was produced by, some of the tracks were done by Dr. Dre himself, and I really like the West Side Story. That's a Dre and Scott Storch, you can tell by the keyboards and everything. Dreams is pretty good, Kanye West joint, talk more about him later. Hater to Love It's pretty cool, that was a single. It has a sample of Rubber Band by the Tramps, good song. And, you know, this is a pretty good album. If you like gangsta shit, I highly recommend it. We Ain't with him and Eminem's pretty cool. You know, the tracks, there's hits on here. A lot of them have 50 on it, which, you know, 50's not really my favorite rapper, and I think he's a bit overrated. But anyway, this is a really good record. Highly recommend it. The Documentary, 2005. Following up is my personal favorite, is The Doctor's Advocate from 2006. Now at this point, for some reason, the Game had pissed off Dr. Dre, said fuck you to 50, went out on his own and apparently signed with Geffen. And this album, I'd have to say, is a classic. It's got, first track is great, Looking at You, The Shit, which features a sample from the movie Tales from the Hood, that's great. It's Okay, it was a single, it's alright. Compton, which was actually had a will.i.am beat, that was pleasantly, surprisingly good, considering will.i.am and the fucking Black Eyed Peas suck. There's the Wouldn't Get Far, that was the him and Kanye track. And while I'm not a big fan of Kanye, considering he can only really rap half the time, that was a pretty well done track, and he handles himself pretty well on it. Following on, another track I like on here, California Vacation, was him, it was Game, Snoop Dogg, and Exhibit. A lot of the tracks on this album just sound like Game told these producers, Just Blaze and everybody, hey, just make them sound like the most Dre-ish beats you can, because hell, if you didn't know better, you'd think they were produced by Dre. And hell, since Detox is apparently never coming out, this is the next best thing in my opinion. And the final track on here is Why You Hate the Game with Nas. It's quite an epic uplifter. It's really good though. Him and Nas both rap, and then there's like a choir, and Just Blaze says there's a little talking piece, starts playing the drums, and they take him to church. It's pretty cool and real uplifting. But of all his records, this has to be my favorite. Doctor's Advocate, I recommend it. 2006. And now, just this week, he has released LAX. Now, I heard a few tracks from this, or snippets and info about the artists that were going to be on it, which made me raise an eyebrow. And the record does have a considerable R&B influence, which is okay. Although I do like some R&B, it's kind of odd. The first track, LAX Files, has a kind of R&B hook. I don't really feel that. The track with Ice Cube's really good, State of Emergency. He does a track with that idiot Lil Wayne. I don't know why, I guess they're buddies. It's alright. House of Pain's really good. The track with Neo was actually pretty good. What was it called? Gentleman's Affair. There it is. Also, Raekwon has a good track on here with him. Raheem Devon, I don't know why the hell. Anyway, like I said, there's a lot of R&B influence on it. And what else is good? The Dope Boys with Travis Barker of Blink-182 fame. That's really a solid track. I like the beats and the raps and everything, although it kind of borrows from Jay-Z, but it's still pretty good. Game's Pain, that was the first single with Keisha Cole. I like that one, it's pretty uplifting. And although, you know, this album, it's alright, it's definitely the weakest of the trilogy, it's still pretty good, LAX. And the thing about this trilogy is I kind of look at them, you know, this isn't solely based on the covers, but if you kind of look at them, it's kind of like daytime, nighttime, early AM. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, or maybe it's just me, but I think that's kind of neat. And if you want to get into some of his other stuff, I highly recommend the mixtape tracks 300 Miles and Runnin', as well as Body Bags. Both of those are 50 Cent G-Unit diss tracks, and they're really good. And I'd just like to thank you for watching. Big up to the game. If you actually do retire, it's been great. This decade's been terrible for rap, in my honest opinion, and you've helped make it, you know, livable. But yeah, I'd like to see what happens next. I'll be watching and looking forward to Detox if it ever drops. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Steve Jackson, and take it easy. Check out the game.